Been through earthly strain and pain for them to say, this has come, we lived to die in the arms we won, we love, but we can't be kept. Even when I was dumb, bitter black girl on the run, heavy weight till the battle is won, they can't keep me from you. I will not be dismissed, stay striding, holding my fist, cause they can't keep me from you. Even in the face of adversity, I spit verses protecting me from the grip of giving into me, slipping mentally, cause they can't keep me from you. All they've done to we is make the bond grow stronger. May our hope live a little longer, gives me less to ponder, cause I know they can't keep me from you. Oh, how I've flung beyond, surpassed their expectations. I pump the blood of undying nations, but still, they can't keep me from you. Can't no armor harm her, can't no threats disarm her. You my lucky charm word, and that's how I stay standing. I, projecting the courage to nourish the flourishing thoughts that they can't keep me from you. Never undone who I am and where I want to be. It ain't gonna be right unless you are with me. Respectfully, I take them down before I lay down for the crowning, cause they can't keep you from me. Call me determination. Call me devotion. Call me dedicated. For I can never be liberated until I have truly illustrated that they can't keep me from you. So, whether it's a mother or a child, or a soldier away at battle, that distance can fuck you up. You know what I mean? So if you have people around you that you can really squeeze tight, like your babies and your mama, and you know how we fly out the door and looking at our phone and shit, and taking for granted those sacred moments, double back a little bit more. There might be some healing there for you. So there's this lady named Billie Holiday, and I said, right, you already know. I'm gonna sing about Billie Holiday. I ain't even got the flower, but I'm gonna sing. So in Black History Month, we had this piece that Billie did, Strange Fruit. And I've been singing this song for probably 15 years. And it's never pretty, it's never perfect. Jill Scott did a version. I was like, oh, maybe I should just go and take that off the roster. And her ditties is real brown and her afro's big and she just looks perfect. But I realized the song is a poem. It's a poem. It's not the notes are eerie intentionally because it's talking about lynching, right? So who's seen Lady Sings the Blues before? Y'all? Piano Man! Right? So Diana Ross, there's a scene where, she comes up on saying about lynching. And we see violence on TV so much. We are so desensitized. But right now, if that light was a hanging body, you would go through a total experience. And so there's this piece that's not ready, but it's called Bitches and Dresses and Queens and Rags. And it's this concept of being on these chitlin circuses and always being the performer and being ready, but then behind the scenes living these really hard lives. And so in this historical tribute to Billie Holiday, what I want you to remember is when you see those pretty gowns that they were in, right? And those pretty tiaras or flowers or gloves, that might have been hiding tracks or not, but that's their business. The idea is they came from a generation one or two removed away from being on the chain gang, right? So don't front on the sisters who was singing in them gowns. They were hella gangster. They will bust you over the head and advocate for themselves by any means necessary because of the harshness that they survived. So one day I had a feature. And I went to the bathroom because I had to make sure my makeup was right. Red lipstick on. And okay, so the women who were in the bathroom didn't know I was in there. They was like, oh, she could. I hope she don't do that Billie Holiday sad ass depressing that song again. I was like, oh. And so here you go. The song is Strange Fruit. And the whole concept is not to depress you, but to remind you of the pain and the heartache So when you see them OGs hella pissed off and disappointed, they have memories. Those weren't just Facebook pictures.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves, and blood at the roots. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from a poplar tree, a pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouths, a scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter cry. When we pour libation, we usually think of the homies who crack the 40 water and they pour it. We often forget that some of that African philosophy, part of that African history, is that pouring libation is an African tradition. A lot of the times we're selling Black history just by the way we move and we walk, and some of the hidden gestures that we don't understand but are still there. So when we pour libation, ideally, we call on the spirit of those who have gone on before us. Now, traditionally, if I was acting right and I wasn't showing out for you, before I even hit the stage, I don't utter a word until I ask an elder from the community for their blessing to speak. Then I move on to libation, which is the time that if I decide I want to feature for 50 minutes, that I should take 5 minutes to allow you the opportunity to call on the spirit of those who have gone on before you, because without them, you would not exist. So if we really want to talk about Black history, we can sing songs, we can do poems, but we can actually take ritual and lessons so that we can go home and teach our little bitty babies that every morning we take a minute before Facebook, before checking in with work, before getting pretty, to have a silent moment to give thanks. So if any of you have never poured libation, I want to bring that back to mahogany. I'm going to bring my ass here a little more often, and I'm going to make sure the punk poets start pouring libation. Now, pouring libation is really simple, and I want you to do it. And it don't matter if you're a light-skinned African or a dark-skinned African. You see what I'm saying? Because honoring spirit and getting your healing is not a race thing. So when you're pouring libation from this African tradition, you're taking a plant or you're going outside, you're taking that fresh water, don't get no funky water. You know, you give up offerings and you give the good stuff. And you take that water, and if it's 5 minutes before you pick up Zora to get her, you take a moment outside and take your ass to a tree. And you sit down and you turn your Facebook off, and you pour your water to the earth. What's your big mama's name that passed away? What's your big mama's name? You got a big mama that passed away? DB? What's your name?
Me?
Wifey, you got a big mama that passed away? Okay, so Audrey, tell me real quick, what was Audrey's thing? Right now, if you had 1 second to say what she was about and what she represented, did she beat your ass if you weren't respectful? What was Audrey's thing? Comedy?
Yes.
So she made you laugh?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're feeling fucked up, you're supposed to sit under that tree, take that 5 minutes, call on the spirit of Audrey, give thanks and praise to her, tell her thank you for everything that she's done. Pour the libation, say Ashe, which is just a way of saying amen, so be it, hallelujah, amen, woosah, whatever. And you go on. What happens is you conjure that energy. Now, a lot of people, because everything African we've been taught is some ooga booga stuff, we don't want to do it. That's just praying and connecting to spirits that have been there before. If you was cool with them when they was in the flesh, why can't you be cool with them when they're not in the flesh? So when you pour libation, don't just wait until you come to a spoken word event. Pour libation every single day. You might forget, gotta rush to work, Granny take babies looking for you, waiting for you. But before you go to sleep, you can take your ass outside and pour that libation. Yes, I cuss. I use expressive vulgarity. Because in the spiritual realm, there is no one or the other. There is one period. And we are works in progress. So I can sit here and talk to you about African liberation and pouring libation, but also tell you to take your ass out there. Because in reality, we usually wait until they're gone to really feel it. And so when we sing to Billie Holiday, and we conjure on all these people from the past through our history, not just citing them fast to be able to say them, but really sitting in remembrance. What was their life's work? Because as poets, it's easy for us to get here and fly off the handle by all the shit they did, all the inventions they made, all the sacrifices and walking backwards through the snow when the donkey was broken and no feet and shoes, and we can think about all that. But if we don't really sit in that and study their work, we're not going to be inspired to find a life's work of our own. So with that, I bring you full circle. We're looking for healing. And if anybody that doesn't know me, I'm on my spiritual tip, not because it has to be one form or fashion, but I do believe that we come to this earth because it's a healing planet. Whatever is going on inside of you in your contract with the Creator, whatever name you choose, you come here to work through that. And in that is your service. So right now, my service is speaking. My service is voice. And I genuinely hope that if there's anything you remember, anything that I said, sang, preached, whatever, is that it is your duty as a human being to get alignment with that healing. And as you get alignment with that healing, if you fucking feel frustrated because, what's my purpose? Why am I working this job? Why am I not being valued? Why am my husband treating me like shit? Why my woman left me? Why my kids don't respect you? A lot of the times we're not in full alignment with our purposes, so nobody respects us because we don't respect ourselves. We don't respect ourselves to get so obedient with our life's work and our purpose here that we wonder why we ain't famous and we ain't rich and we ain't all these small physical things that are really easy to attract. But it's that healing that we're avoiding. So I want you to leave here today with that person, place, or thing that fucked you up. I don't care if it was when you're 5 years old. I don't care if it was 5 minutes ago. I need you to sit in that tonight, pour libation to your ancestor, ask for a little strength, but I want you to get that healing. And that might be you need to make a phone conversation with somebody that you did wrong. That might be that you need to get clarity and closure on something that is really affecting how you are operating and how you are seeing through your lens in life. That is your limitation. And once you get through that, whatever your form of poetry is, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Say we now, we gonna be all right. Get your healing now, we gonna be all right. And you say we gonna be all right. That's the healing we're talking about. So a lot of the times when you see me in public, right now I'm in a public speaking forum, but I'm still about this healing no matter what medium. And I need you to do the same. I need you to honor your poet. I need you to honor your healing process. And I need you to get busy. Because true evolutionaries understand that that's the healing process that starts within before we can go around talking about what everybody need to be doing and changing the government and cleaning the water. And a lot of our own water that we're putting in our body is not clean. So I want you to be like water this week. Be swift and changeable in everything that you do. So if you got to make it pour to get through that situation. If you need to calm down and shut the fuck up and be still like water to get the lesson, to get your healing, be still and surrender. If you need to rush, like rushing fast water to come in and take over the place because you like, I need this job, I'm just going to rush. Be like water, and that is your healing, right? So I'm going to get deep one last time, we're going to go. You were in a sack of water for 9 months. You cannot live without water. Your body is 97% water. Ain't nothing wrong with being like water. So when you need to be swift and changeable in your healing, know that it's okay to change your shape and change your form to get your healing. I really, really hope you understand that. And if there's anything that I said today, please share it with somebody. because somebody in here is feeling a little fucked up before they got here, and they really